Do you have the same pop filter over here?
Yeah.
So what is the brand name?
Aokio.
Aokio?
That's what I'm going to go with.
A-O-K-E-O. Yeah, don't worry about it. Everything is A-O-K-E-O.
Yo?
It's
Yo.
Yo. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, everyone. How's it going? It's the big one.
1, baby.
So what'd you enjoy from this week?
My thing this week is more of just like a shout out to reading.
Okay,
I've been reading a lot over the past couple weeks, and it's been really great. Mm-hmm. I've particularly been reading Clive Barker short stories and novels,
Yes.
And I'm really enjoying it. But even more than I'm enjoying the material, it's just like the actual act of reading has been really fulfilling and relaxing. It's kind of just been the way that I've been ending all of my days. Is I've been just kind of taking hours usually to just kind of sit around and read. And,
Well, especially because you're ending your day with Clive Barker.
Yeah, for sure. But it kind of mostly came about because we would end every night trying to kind of pick a movie to just kind of chill out and watch and everything. And usually we'd end up picking just something really shitty just to try and have fun with.
Right.
But we just picked a string of movies that were just unenjoyably bad.
Just terrible.
Exactly. So I was like, you know what, dude? Why am I wasting the last couple hours of my night on this shit?
Yeah,
Like,
fuck it.
I might as well just do something else. So I just ended up picking up reading, and it's been just way more worth my time than any of these shitty movies.
Yeah, reading before bed is great because, one, it's not screen time, so that's nice. But it's also like, once you're getting tired, like reading is especially strenuous because you're trying to input the words and figure out what they mean. And when you're getting tired, it's just like, and then you fall right the fuck to sleep.
I really have been, and that's been good too because I generally have kind of a hard time falling asleep. So that's been super beneficial.
You had been up for like 30 hours when we recorded the last podcast.
Yeah, I had.
And you didn't tell me until afterward.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt crazy, dude. So I can't wait to see how that one turns out.
I think it turned out fine. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in, whatever.
But reading is awesome, and I highly recommend anybody that hasn't picked up a book in a long time, find something that you have an interest in, because that's what I did. And I've tried to pick up, like I picked up Morrissey's autobiography at one point, and I was just like... so that couldn't keep my attention.
How much of it was anti-immigration rhetoric?
Well, I didn't get to any of that, but it was lots of run-on sentences that really didn't make sense.
He only knows how to write lyrics. He doesn't even know how
and that's
to talk.
how it all came across as like song lyrics and stuff like that. Because he's talking about how he had a complicated birth, but he has to put it in the most fucking eloquent way possible, which might be enjoyable to some degree. But it couldn't
If there's a Johnny Marr riff over it, maybe I'd enjoy it.
Exactly. And so I just went back to what I knew I enjoyed, which was Clive Barker short stories, which is what got me back in, and I'm loving it. Yeah, so grab something that you know you like, even if it's a book that you've already read. It might just spur you into enjoying it again and remembering how great that feeling is. Yeah,
at one point I had been going through Eugene Merman's book.
Yeah.
It's called The Will to Whatevs. And it's awesome. It's so funny. It's like, I mean, it is a self-help book parody with Eugene Merman's comedic sensibilities. The cover of the book is like, this book will teach you to do anything, even to change your race.
Good, dude. I've been wondering. I have to let me borrow
but
that
I just sort of stopped. I don't really have a good reason as to why. I was just going, it's really short too. Like, I don't really have a good reason why I just kind of put it down and never got back to it. But I also just do that with everything all the time.
So what did you enjoy this week?
So what I enjoyed this week, there were several things. Shout out to Ceremony and their new record. Did you have a chance to listen to it?
I have. Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's super fun.
Yeah.
It is just it's a funky little romp.
It's really cool, dude. It's a very nice little summery album.
Yeah, it's just not really what I expected.
No.
Because the first track, the first single, what was it?
In the spirit world now?
Or that's like, that was
Turn Away the Bad Thing.
Turn Away the Bad Thing, yeah. My first impression of it was definitely like, okay, this sounds like it could have been on the L-Shaped Man.
Yeah.
It definitely had that moodiness to it, but it's still a really great song. And then In the Spirit World Now, which is the titular track, that one was like, okay, a little more spunky, a little more fun. That one is like a really good kind of synopsis. So good average of what the album sounds like.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. My only issue with it was that like it just kind of stops. Like the last song is just like, all right, that was good. Oh, it's over now. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it didn't really feel like a closer. It just felt like another song, which it was good, but it was just like, all right, it just stopped and it's over now. The same thing with the fucking Glassjaw album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that last song is the exact same way. It just kind of stops.
Yeah, that is interesting. I've only listened to the album one time through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a really good time with it. There's a lot of really cool synth sounds on that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was that, and then like my favorite track on the album is like criminally too short. It's like a minute 15, and it's so awesome and weird. Never Gonna Die Now.
Okay.
That song is really fucking cool. That is my favorite on the album, or at least my favorite sounding of the album. It probably doesn't actually equate to being my favorite song again because of like I feel like I'm being robbed because it's just like no, but it's really good. That's a really awesome one. But that is not my pick. My pick is a movie that I watched last night.
Okay.
I finally watched MacGruber.
Okay, good.
I fucking love MacGruber.
That shit's hilarious.
Oh my god. I was so into it. So into it. Man, that's one that I knew I wanted to watch for a long time.
Yeah.
Like it was one that had been on my radar. And I had seen a lot of people online recently talking about like there aren't parody movies like MacGruber anymore.
No.
Like you don't really see movies like this getting made. It just got destroyed at the box office, destroyed by critics. Like when it came out, it was universally panned. But like if you're a comedy fan, this is like a diamond in the fucking rough, especially given the time that it came out. This shit is brilliant.
It is.
And oh my God.
It's so absurd.
It absolutely is. It's so absurd, but it is a perfect satire of action movies from the 80s through the 2000s.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the structure and the music, it was very like 90s and 2000s, and like the way it was shot is very, very like C-level action movie from the 2000s. But obviously, MacGruber is a MacGyver parody, so the 80s influence was definitely there as well. Fuck, it's just so funny. The whole thing with the license plate was one of my favorite things in any movie.
What was it?
So, at one point, they're about to like get out of the car and this car kind of zooms by and like honks and he's just like, fuck you, asshole, and like starts repeating the license plate number.
Oh yeah, that's right. And
then they go inside a building, do a thing, they come out and he's still repeating the license plate number. And then later on there's
with
more
the
references to it. Yeah, and the journal and like the editing there was perfect.
Yes.
And then, oh my God, just the fact that this guy doing his goofy, over-the-top, McGuyvery action bullshit the whole time was fuming over, like, someone kind of passing him for a second in traffic.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough guy by taking meds. Like,
Right.
That's what that whole thing is, and it's perfect. But my favorite thing about the movie is not just the fact that it is satirizing low-tier action movies incredibly well, but it's also satirizing low-tier action movie fans. Like, the guys that, like, put themselves in those movies, it's making fun of them.
Right.
Like, especially, you really learn who MacGruber is.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he's a piece of trash. Like, he's a horrible person throughout the entire movie.
Definitely so.
Like, he's a really specific kind of, like, yeah, I'm a fucking badass, but then anytime something goes wrong because of some stupid shit he pulled, he's like, oh my God, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. And just Will Forte's performance, like nobody could have done it but him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, like it was written for him.
I think the scene that sticks out to me the most is the sex scene. Or
at
both
the graveyard?
Of them. Yeah, well, that one, but also the one between him and Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
Where it, like, the first half of it is the 80s softcore parody.
Yeah.
Like stuff that was in like a Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah.
Like just the music
like the
and the shots of the candles. Yeah, and Top Gun. Yeah. So it's all that. And then the hard cut into what it's actually like when he's just and you can see the influence of movies like Airplane.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like that's
for sure.
Probably the biggest influence in there. But like, again, it is such a
like the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I think it just sucks that it was just so reviled at box offices.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, about 15 minutes in, as I was watching it, I'm like, okay, this movie is brilliant, but I totally understand why somebody that doesn't get it would be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is not good at all. But like,
I think it probably didn't even hit like McGruber fans because of
maybe
the
not
absurd comedy.
Yeah.
Because you can see, like, mostly through the dialogue and Will Forte's performance, the influence of shit like Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
On, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is an alt comedy movie.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
It absolutely is.
And I don't know if the people who
enjoyed
McGruber in the first place really caught on to that stuff.
Yeah, like the average SNL viewer, probably
Yeah.
older, probably not in tune with alt comedy,
Right.
and was just like, oh, it's a MacGyver parody.
And yeah,
But-
that's what. I mean, I went and read a bunch of reviews on the movie afterwards because I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember people saying this movie sucked, but I thought it was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
and it was clearly people complaining about the humor, and they clearly just did not. Get
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I really do think like it just flew over people's heads. Like
Yeah.
they just really didn't get what it was or what it was trying to do. But like it just did everything perfect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm so about it. Go watch MacGruber. It's on HBO right now.
Full of
So
laughs.
Go nuts. Yeah, I had a fucking blast of a time watching it.
Similarly, I've been. So, do you remember Rock of Love?
Rock of Love. No.
Yeah.
I know the name. I don't know what it is referring
So,
to.
do you remember Flavor of Love?
So that was like the Flavor Flav dating show?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I never watched it, but
So,
I'm
yeah,
aware of
it's
the concept.
Basically, The Bachelor, but
But
Flavor
for
Flav is
Flavor
The
Flav,
Bachelor.
yeah.
So I have been watching the first season of Rock of Love.
Okay, what is
which is
that
a
one?
follow-up series where Bret Michaels of Poison is the Bachelor.
Awesome.
The first season came out in 2006,
Okay.
and it shows.
Yeah.
And
that seems too late for that.
I know. And the second season came out in 2008, and then a third season in 2009. Yeah,
All right.
they kept doing that stuff. It
Okay.
is absolutely ridiculous, first of all.
Obviously.
One,
It's Bret
clearly, they didn't really have a budget. And also, clearly, they had a really hard time finding people that wanted to date Bret Michaels. The quality of human that they were able
God.
to get is, and I don't want to be any sort of way.
No,
but
yeah.
it's low.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are-
I'm assuming it's white trash.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got two black girls.
Okay.
For it, and that was the only people of color that they had. So they got two of them, and one of them. So the show starts, and it's 25 women, and
Okay.
they're all just fighting for the attention of Bret Michaels. So it's just 25 women, like
Just
fighting, like,
climbing over each other like World War Z.
and they're
Yeah.
all just getting trashed.
Okay.
And he interacts with the first black girl, and she won't stop talking about like parallel universes,
fuck yeah.
which is awesome.
She
and I'm
rules.
into it, and she
Yeah.
seems great.
Yeah.
Like the whole conversation that she's having is awesome.
Yeah, obviously
but
Bret Michaels does not
he's
deserve her.
clearly
Yeah.
not. Yeah, he's clearly not interested. But she is also clearly not interested.
She just wants to talk about parallel
Yeah,
universes
she's
on
clearly
TV.
not interested
Fuck
in this
yeah.
dude.
Dude,
So-
she's a hero.
Yeah, she was awesome. And then the other girl, so she kind of gets into an argument with one of the other girls who's
Okay.
like a PETA fanatic or whatever.
Okay.
And she's like, I wear fur, like I wear rabbit fur, I wear all kinds of fur, like
Okay.
I eat animals all
Yeah.
the time. I love to eat animals. And then PETA girl's like, what, you like don't care? Like you never had pets or anything? She's like, if there was an animal in this room right now, right in front of me, I would slit its throat.
Whoa! Dude.
I was like,
Fuck yeah.
what the fuck? Like, this shit is insane.
Dude, you can't, that, wow.
Like, absolutely insane. I was like, whoa.
yeah. See, that's a massive leap. Like, obviously, human beings are inconsistent, right? We eat meat, we are carnivorous,
Right.
but we generally aren't super okay with being violent towards animals.
Yeah.
Most people would like animals to be treated ethically.
Right.
But not this one.
Not this girl.
Nah, like,
She's like, if there was an animal in this room, I'd slit its throat. I was like, that's a big leap. You're right.
that's beyond Corella DeVille.
That's like sociopathic.
Yeah, no. Like Corella DeVille is literally a cartoon depiction
Right.
of like I don't give a shit about animals type
Yeah.
person. And even she would be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I'll have to show you the first episode of this
Yeah,
thing because
yeah.
it's super enjoyable. Also, so there's challenges
Okay.
Like at the end he's got to get rid of 4 girls at the end of each episode or whatever.
Okay.
So like they go through these challenges, and like the 3rd episode, the challenge is like a phone sex challenge. He's like, I'm on the road a lot, so if you're gonna be my girl, you've got to be able to, get my dick hard over the phone.
Oh my Lord.
So the challenge is that they strap his dick to a meter.
What?
And then
Whoa!
they have him get on the phone. And whoever gives him the biggest boner wins the challenge.
Dude.
And it's like a lie detector. And there's a doctor that's reading the machines. And whenever his name pops up on the screen, it says Doctor whatever, and then underneath it in parentheses it says not an accredited doctor.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Dude, the show is beautiful.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude, okay, sorry. I was losing it there.
Dude.
You can't
holy
write it. That shit, they were geniuses that put this shit together.
Dude, that's amazing. Oh my God. Was that in McGruber?
I know, right?
Holy
It's
shit.
just absurd. That was
Yeah.
just a VH1 dating show.
Damn. Those editors deserve $1 million each.
I know. Yeah.
Dude,
oh, man.
beautiful.
So enjoyable. Yeah, I think it's like 10 episodes. I watched the first 7, and
Okay.
it's all just very funny.
That rules.
Yeah, it's really good. So
Okay. So
Sorry.
No, do not
Lost
apologize.
it
That was
there.
awesome. But oh man, that's been a good laugh. Oh man, especially this week. This week has been
man.
just like fucking
The world is on
disastrous.
fire.
Literally, the Amazon is burning down.
Yeah.
I've been struggling to relax.
Yeah,
like,
it's
it has
tough,
been
man.
really fucking difficult for me. Like,
Yeah.
I just gotta fucking relax, man. I don't know what to do.
There's always shit. And the thing is I think that for me, it sort of puts me at ease because I know that there's nothing I can do.
Yeah. Yeah, for
like
sure.
nobody's asking me to stop
Yeah.
any of this stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And that's because I'm incapable.
Yes. Yeah.
Like nobody's asking me because it's not my job and there's nothing that I could do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
So like you gotta not feel like you have a responsibility. I know
Yeah.
that like might kind of suck to look at it that way, but like
Yeah.
the truth is that you don't have the weight of the Amazon
Yeah.
rainforest burning down
for
on
sure.
your shoulders.
I think the thing that's most frustrating is not necessarily that I'm not being asked to stop it, but the thing is, I can't do anything, but also no one is handling it.
Yeah.
No one is doing anything about it.
No.
And it's like, this can literally lead to climate extinction.
Yeah.
Like, if we lose another 1/5 of the fucking Amazon, that will create as much pollution as all of the human race has created from the 1800s until now.
Yeah.
Like, that will lead to full-blown human extinction.
right? I mean, yeah, the Amazon rainforest provides like what 60% of the oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the deforestation is on purpose.
Yes, yeah, it's Bolsonaro in Brazil basically paving the way for like more agriculture and farming
Right.
and shit.
The humans are gonna kill everything on Earth.
Yes.
The Earth is going to survive.
Yes.
It has. You know what I mean? We may wipe out all living things,
Including ourselves.
and maybe the ultra wealthy will be able to take off to another planet and colonize
Uh-huh.
or whatever. I think that's super likely.
I mean, it's
they're already
literally-
trying.
Yeah, they're literally already trying to.
So-
like, it's literally already happening.
You know, but the thing is that the Earth will live on without us.
Yes.
We may wipe out every living thing, but it's going to continue to exist. It may be a ball of rock. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But it's just when. Is it happening right now?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Are we reaching the end right now? Like, do those fires continue to spread until the Amazon is totally gone? And do all the superpowers continue to ignore the idea of climate change?
Yeah, just for short-term
and
profits.
do nothing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if that is the case, then it's one thing after another. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, in 10 years, maybe the Amazon rainforest is a fucking myth. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
The really frustrating thing too is, so obviously at the time of this recording, it was like a few days ago, one of the Koch brothers died.
Yeah.
And like the most like confusing and frustrating take I saw, it's like,
You know, a bunch of people are celebrating the fact that the Koch brother died.
Right.
I'm not, because I want every climate change denier to live for 200 years to see the destruction they caused.
and it's like,
Okay.
he didn't care. He
Yeah,
didn't
right.
care.
Right.
He knew climate change was
No,
real.
they don't care, and that's the
Yeah,
problem.
they know it's real.
Yeah.
Like all of the, like, how are you going to expect a fucking billionaire that gets his wealth from the things that are causing climate change to be like, oh, like, no, he didn't give a
No.
shit. He knew.
No.
He knew he was on his way out.
Yeah,
Like,
no, they don't give a fuck.
yeah, they don't care. Like the suggestion that like any climate change denier that has financial ties to the things causing it or
Cares?
in any way sincere about not believing it is
No.
bullshit. They know it's real. They're protecting their assets.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, one of my favorite posts that I saw was like, I'm sure in his last will and testament, David Koch bequeathed his many billions to the free market.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
Yep, it's bleak, but I don't want to leave it on a sour note.
Yeah, no.
These are the things that I've been thinking about all week. And that's why it's been like a really rough, frustrating week for me.
No, yeah, I think I've said this before. It's like you've got to be here now.
Yeah.
Man. Enjoy the company of the people that you're with. Know that you're loved and that you do love. Express love.
There's the thing that was that Tessa Thompson said in Sorry to Bother You, where like Keith Stanfield's character is talking about how he just can't handle the idea that he's gonna die and everyone's gonna die and none of anything that he's been doing this entire time will have mattered.
Yeah.
And she was like, it will always matter because it matters now.
Yeah.
It will matter forever because it matters right now.
Yeah, man.
So
And cling to those things. Cling to Sorry to Bother You, man.
Yeah.
You love that movie.
I do
You know what I
love that
mean?
movie.
Appreciate all the things that you love and experience them, and remember that is kind of what we're living for. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Appreciate.
we're living for content, baby.
Well, no, what I was going to say
I
too
know.
is like the experience of that movie that brought you joy.
Yes.
That's it. The other night, whenever we're all fucking over at your place
Playing
playing
Super Fight.
games. Yeah. You know what I mean? That brought me a ton of joy. I think it brought
Yeah.
everybody there a ton of joy. Live for those moments. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean? And like, as much as it sucks, sometimes you just got to ignore the fucking world burning down around you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Or at the very least, don't let it destroy your day to day. Be
Yeah.
aware of it, stay informed, it's super important.
Yeah.
But you can't let it tank your self-esteem.
Yeah.
So I got a few more things here.
Cool.
And these are all much more fun. So this is something that I saw, and my first thought was, I need to look into this more and I need to know everything about this. But then my second thought was, no. This is enough. This is
Leave it.
enough. I don't
Yeah,
need to know
yeah.
anymore. This is perfect. So, in the 1960s, NASA funded a study attempting to get dolphins to speak English, wherein a woman lived in a partially flooded house with a dolphin. They took LSD together, and she gave the dolphin hand jobs. Ultimately, they discovered it was not possible to teach a dolphin to speak English.
Well,
So, again, I didn't look into it more, and I'm choosing not to because I like to believe that was all they tried. Like, yeah, we tried to give the dolphin LSD and jerk it off, and it didn't speak English,
didn't
so
start talking.
looks like it can't be done.
Talk, damn it!
I'm always super talkative when I come.
yeah, right. I also go,
Oh, man.
yeah, I have heard that story before. Yeah.
What was going on in the 60s?
Shit, dude.
I guess they just figured
They were
out
just
LSD.
giving everything LSD. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were just trying it on everything.
I mean, that's actually true.
Yeah.
That is true. They were
Yeah.
doing that. But, oh my God.
They were like, we think it might make dolphins talk. They're like, they're pretty close to human intelligence.
okay, so just the LSD will make them talk. It's like, no, you got to jerk them off first. But, like, hey, everyone, come in here. Come here. Jim thought you could get the dolphin to talk without jerking it off. It's like, what? Fucking moron. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, like, again, this is the part of me that wants to research more. How long? How long was she in the
Yeah.
house? How long did she
Like, how long
try?
did they give it before they were like, I guess it won't speak?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what was the time frame? Okay, partially flooded house. Was it like... Because I'm just picturing, like, a regular house that's in waist-deep water.
Yeah, that's kind of
So
what
it's
I was
like-
imagining, but you couldn't live like that for
No, you
long.
couldn't. You couldn't.
Yeah. So there had to be, like, maybe rooms that were sectioned off
Yeah.
that the dolphin could get to, or maybe there was just a pool inside the house.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Another, like, headcanon theory. So it's like... She goes in there, and it's like, all right, you're going to live with this dolphin, see if you can get it to speak English. And it's like, all right, cool. And then she tries, like, holding the dictionary in front of it, or,
Yeah.
like, tries, like, children's books, and
Telepathic stuff, yeah.
Nothing's working. So then she's like, all right, well, I'm going to do some LSD.
Right.
And then she does some, and then is just like, do you also want to do some LSD? And then she's like, that seems like a yes.
Yeah.
And then she forgot there's cameras, and the scientists watching remotely are like, what the fuck?
Right.
Oh my God.
They start connecting. They put on a Dead record, and Dolphin grabs her hand.
Did you hear about the High School Musical Disney Plus show?
I did see that.
Okay, do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, so the show is a mockumentary about the high school at which the original High School Musical was filmed, doing a theater production of High School Musical, the musical.
Okay.
So it's like a bunch of meta humor, like American Vandal-esque, except for American Vandal's actually good. So on paper, it's like, okay, that's a lot. That's some very obnoxious meta shit, but maybe it could be good. And then you watch the trailer. I shit you not, the first joke, the actual first joke in the trailer is, as a millennial, I'm triggered.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
This is what happens, though. This is what happens when you get a group of out-of-touch older writers together and give them a list of things that the algorithm says that kids are gonna like.
Right.
It's like, just because you wink at the camera doesn't mean I'm gonna call you a genius.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Just
yeah,
because
we're
you're
far past that now.
Yeah, just because you're being cheeky and self-aware,
Yeah.
like, doesn't mean
Ferris
that
Bueller
you're-
was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Dude.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Not exactly related, but right before we started recording, Netflix announced a Breaking Bad movie.
Okay, that I knew that there was going to be one. I didn't know
put a
that it was
trailer
going to be okay. I didn't know it was going to be a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting that was where it ended up.
Yeah.
I knew because a Breaking Bad movie had been talked about since before the show ended.
Yeah.
So that had been discussed for a long time. And I saw the other day Bob Odenkirk said that it was already filmed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I was like, okay, like, cool, I guess. But
yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
kind of sad.
yeah, I don't think it needed a movie at all.
My
and like,
thing is that, dude, the whole discussion that I had surrounding Breaking Bad after
Yeah,
all of these other
was
shows
the fact
is
that it was done.
It's done and it's perfect.
Yep.
You know, they didn't ruin it. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And it's like, I'm not saying that it's impossible for this to be good.
No, of course
but it's
not.
just given an opportunity for
Yeah,
it to
exactly.
fuck up. And it's
Yeah,
like,
for
dude,
sure.
no, it's a perfect piece of media. Leave it alone.
yeah, and like Better Call Saul is obviously in the same universe and everything,
Yeah.
but like as I understand it, it's pretty separate.
It's pretty separate.
from the main series.
I've heard that kind of as it's gotten further and further, because it gets closer and closer to the timeline, they start introducing
more elements. Yeah,
But
and that makes sense.
It's
But that's
also
not,
its own separate thing, dude.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
they're calling this the Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's not like
It's not a Better
Jesse
Call
Pinkman
Saul
the
movie. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
and so this has
yeah, so
Jesse
presumably
fucking-
it's about Jesse
Yeah.
after. Like I said, it's not impossible for it to be good, but
right.
Breaking Bad
but-
is just a finished, complete, good piece of media.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you wanted more of some of those characters, you could watch Better Call Saul
Yeah.
and not mess with the canon of
Yeah,
the
for
story.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like they can't really change the canon of
Yeah.
Breaking Bad
So
with a prequel.
Is Vince Gilligan involved in
I
this?
don't know. I haven't
Okay.
done any research yet.
Okay.
Like I said, I just saw the trailer right
Yeah,
before we
actually,
started
I'll pull it
recording.
up. Okay, so written and directed by Vince Gilligan.
Okay. I mean, that's at least positive.
Yeah. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, is an upcoming film to serve as a continuation of the television series Breaking Bad. It is set to be released on October 11th, and it will be broadcast at a later date on AMC. Interesting. So it's just going to Netflix first.
Interesting.
And then going on AMC. Okay. That's interesting. Makes
That
sense.
is interesting.
I think that makes sense, though. Just because if it were a straight-to-TV movie, like straight to an actual television channel, it might be taken less seriously. So
Yeah.
the fact that it's being put on Netflix first will get a ton of initial views and
For sure.
let people know that this is like something kind of big. So I guess that makes sense.
We'll see, and I will watch it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
you know, we both like to be wrong. So
That's true.
you know,
yeah.
I mean,
I hope it's great.
yeah, I hope it's really
great.
cool. I love the Jesse Pinkman character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love that world. And I would be excited to see something that's just as strong and just as good.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if that was the case.
I've talked to you a little bit about Enneagrams, right?
Yeah.
And before I even get into this, we've said this before on here, but just a disclaimer. Don't put too much stock in these sorts of things like Enneagrams and Myers-Briggs and the Zodiac.
Yeah.
They're fun. You might learn a thing or two about yourself and, have fun with it. But again, don't base your life around it.
Yeah.
Don't make excuses for things you need to change in your life to fit your Enneagram type or
This is
whatever.
just what I'm like.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I'm such a 4 or whatever. Like, don't do any of that shit. But it is kind of fun. I enjoy it. I think it's generally pretty harmless in small doses. So I came up with this idea for an Enneagram podcast. So it's not an uncommon practice for people to use Enneagram types and Myers-Briggs classifications for character writing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, because it's all just about personalities and how people respond to different types of situations. So obviously that's a helpful tool to keep in mind when you're developing a character. So I had this idea of basically doing a 9-person D&D campaign.
Okay.
So there are 9 different base Enneagram types. There are technically more than that because there's different wings, so there's some variation
Right.
there. But base types, there's 9. So you get 9 different people, 1 for each type, doing a D&D campaign together. But
Okay.
the twist on it is that they are all playing characters of a different type.
Yeah.
So it would be like, so if I were participating in it, I'm a 4. So it's like, okay, I'm being given a 7.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You are, as far as the story
have to
goes,
play that character.
Yeah. So as far as the story goes, the listener is hearing a story about these different characters with different types, but it's not actually like my character isn't actually a 7. It's a 4's interpretation of a 7.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're learning about the different types, but not through the actual narrative, but rather how the different types are interpreting writing. So
Yeah.
you're seeing the creativity of the different Enneagram types.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it would be,
So much setup.
yeah.
That
that's
would take
yeah.
from idea to first episode, that would take probably a couple months to get everything
Yeah.
going, to get everyone's characters made. Okay, so because the logistical issues are you have to find 9 people that not only have all 9 types, not only are willing to be on a podcast, but are also interested enough in Dungeons and Dragons to be able to dedicate the amount of time it takes to functionally play it.
And also has to have an interest in writing as well. It's asking a lot to have somebody be able to write outside of their type and be able to understand, like, a completely opposite character, essentially, or personality type, you know what I mean? And be able to, like, be consistent
Yes.
with.
Yeah.
But that would be
absolutely.
part of
Yeah, but
the
that's kind of part of it.
experience,
Yeah,
so.
is the imperfections are kind of part of the
Yeah.
fun and part of the meta. And
But
then
being able to keep in mind all of that stuff while you're playing and
Yeah.
not leaning in towards your own.
Yeah,
decisions.
absolutely. Yeah, so there's that. Plus, like, obviously, just scheduling and
9 microphones.
hardware logistics,
Yeah.
all of that. So that's a kind of a tall order. Plus, I pitched this to Donovan yesterday, and he's like, "That's an awesome idea. The only thing is that might be too high concept for the average Enneagram fan, like someone
Yeah.
that is into Enneagrams enough to listen to a podcast about it." That might
So
not
much.
be what they're looking for. And it's like, that's true.
It also may not be a podcast. It might be kind of
Yeah.
something else altogether.
Yeah, could
You
be
know?
like something on camera or
Yeah.
something animated, whatever.
Yeah.
My initial thought, like, because when I think D&D podcast, I think Harmon Quest.
Yeah, right.
But even that is not. I mean, it is a podcast, but also, I mean, we've talked about this before: podcast versus show.
Yeah,
I consider that more of a show.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah,
Also, I mean, having 9 people on microphone
Yeah.
at a time is going to be like a lot of work to make sure.
yeah. We talk over each other all the time, and
it's
there's 2 of us. Yeah.
It actually may be something that works better if it's like, so like if you actually did the campaign, not recorded, and then essentially told the story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you go through the campaign not on microphone. You got 9 people, but
Okay.
then somebody could be dictating,
Okay.
right? Like all
Yeah.
of the decisions and things that are done, and
Yeah,
then it's
yeah,
told
yeah.
as a story instead of like live acted. And then
Okay.
you just get 9 voice actors.
Okay.
Or people can voice their own characters or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
scripted, and then surely nobody's talking over each other because it's all written out and everybody knows when to
Okay,
talk and
gotcha.
stuff.
Yeah. And then yes, you could have that, and then like a post story discussion.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
for
all right,
sure.
here's what I was thinking when I did this. Obviously, this may not have been correct, but this is where my head was and all that. Yeah.
See, then you could have a podcast going along with it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That was so you have a show basically that is this kind of scripted D&D story.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could structure it even with like a DM that's also scripted and everything.
Yeah.
And then afterwards have a coinciding podcast that you don't
Yeah.
even have to have all 9 people on the podcast each
No.
time. We could have a different whoever is available
Yeah.
to talk about kind of the decisions and interactions that
That
go
is true.
on. Yeah. There might be something there.
Yeah, I think it's neat. So
That is neat.
folks listening, what do you think?
Yeah.
Is this something we should pursue?
Is it something you want to participate in?
Is something you want to participate in? Yeah. Give us your ideas. I think it just seemed kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really interesting idea for sure. So before we close out, all
Yeah.
right, the best fast food chicken sandwich. What you going for?
Oh, okay. I want to try the Popeye sandwich really bad.
I also do.
Oh, so you haven't had it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then why are we even having this fucking discussion if we haven't even had the sandwiches to compare them to?
Well, it's amongst all fast food restaurants. That's kind of what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
everybody's
yeah,
like,
because
well,
I
this,
saw.
but yeah.
Which, first of all, dude, corporate Twitter just bums my
Yeah,
shit
I know.
out.
That's
Like,
what the
That's what it all
well,
revolved
that's
around.
what this
but-
is.
Yeah,
that's all
it's
this
just,
is.
Yeah, it's just fucking corporate Twitter doing their shit.
But that's the meme of the week.
Yeah, well, I think I may have mentioned this on this podcast at one point or another, but so the Wendy's Twitter, everyone is like, oh, it's just a guy, it's just
Yeah,
a depressed millennial,
no.
but no, it's a marketing team that
Yeah.
has figured out how
disgusting.
to talk like a. Yeah, no, it really is. It's
Yeah.
really slimy and gross. Like it's a group of people that have figured out how to talk like a young person, and they methodically plan out all of these posts. Like it's not just some underpaid intern doing his best. Like no, this is a fucking team of people
Yeah.
that are actively deceiving you. Like
Yes.
it's fucking gross. And that can be said about ostensibly all
Pretty much
other
all of it, yeah.
major marketing type deals on Twitter. So this whole like feud is manufactured either way. But that said though, I have heard that the Popeyes chicken sandwich is really good, particularly because it's like $4.
Oh, sick.
So that price point is
That's,
definitely there.
Yeah, I would love to have a really great alternative to Chick-fil-A.
I would too.
You know?
And the thing is with me, I've actually just never had Popeyes. I've just never had it.
Yeah. I have, and it is good chicken. So,
That's good.
Yeah, I got confidence in a chicken sandwich from them.
Yeah, no, I do too. I've heard that their chicken is like super, super like crispy and flaky, and that's
is
my
good.
shit. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm that's what I'm looking for. So
Definitely so.
is there a Popeyes near here?
I don't know. I was actually about to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, because I am hungry.
Yeah.
And fucking chicken sandwich sounds really good.
Give it a goog.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're going to figure out this chicken sandwich situation, and we'll
get back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you next time. But thank you so much for listening. As always, if you want to support the show and the YouTube channel and all that cool shit, we are 100% listener funded. So hit up the Patreon. As cheap as $1 a month, you get early access to podcasts, early access to music and video essays, and exclusive access to the Discord server. So you pay whatever you think is fair. But thanks so much, and we'll see you guys next time.